First week of free agency for the New England Patriots with Mike Vrabel as our head coach. Happy to have him. Elliott Wolf still as our general manager. He's there. They are at the helm, commanding our sinking ship. We have hundreds of millions of free dollars to spend on free agents, and instead we have resorted to fixing said sinking ship with duct tape. Let's see what we did and how badly we f***ed up. And welcome back to the show, guys. It has been way too long. I know that I have not posted in a while, but I promise to be here throughout the entire off season to hold you, to guide you, to maybe irritate you. Hopefully you even watch the video. Who knows? It probably will dip after being gone for a while, but point is, I'm back. We're doing this. Let's get into free agency, because I'm torn. We have the pieces for a good defense on paper, but what the are we doing on the offensive side of the ball? That's the entire point of this offseason. But before I rant, let's take a look at the top free agents that we did sign and just go over the good, the bad, the ugly, the and kind of see where the Patriots are at, because in reality, we are a better team than we were 2 weeks ago. That's great. I'm not just trying to complain, but there are some very specific things that I'm worried about. So let's get into it. So Milton Williams is the big one to talk about, right? He was the biggest name going into free agency for any team. He actually almost signed with the Panthers, and then we swooped in and we gave him so much money. We are paying this man more than Aaron Donald got paid, more than Chris Jones is getting paid. He is getting $26 million a year. He got $60 million guaranteed, and it's an interesting one, guys. We somehow managed to create a draft bust without the draft. We somehow got a regrettable Tinder date without downloading the app. Yeah, it might turn out that Milton Williams' season last year actually was off the charts, but here's the thing. Go back throughout the history of the NFL. He's been playing next to Jalen Carter, and he's been playing on an elite defensive line, which leaves it so that he was dealing with one-on-one matchups because you have to double team Jalen Carter, right? Fair? That's fair. He will now be the one getting the double teams. This was a breakout season for him. It's not like we brought in some rookie here. We did not draft a guy. This is free agency. He had 3 unremarkable seasons. Then Jalen Carter breaks out. He breaks out alongside him because all of a sudden he's getting one-on-ones. Now, that being said, he did play elite level football at the end of the year. And that Super Bowl probably made him so much of his money. It is ridiculous, and I don't think that he's going to be seeing any more Super Bowls anytime soon, unfortunately, with us. But on our defensive line, if Barmore can stay healthy, he had the blood clot issues, he commands double teams and had in the past. We've got Keon White, who has been an absolute monster, and it brings us to our next guy, Harold Landry, who played under Mike Vrabel with the Titans, had elite production there, has aged, has kind of fallen off a little bit, never really was, that top tier edge rusher, but, you combine Barmore, Milton Williams, Keon White, Harold Landry, put them all together, there will be the opportunities for Milton Williams, but there is no way that he is going to live up to being the most highly paid interior defensive lineman in the league. It's doubtful, and I hope he proves me wrong. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to just complain. I really hope he proves me wrong, and right now is when we need to be overpaying for people, but that may have been the wrong place to do it. So now we've got Milton Williams. We got Harold Landry on a much better deal than that. The third biggest signing, in my opinion, maybe the second biggest, Carlton Davis, I love that signing. Pair him up with Gonzo, put him up with Christian Gonzalez, and that is an elite cornerback duo. That's phenomenal. We did guarantee quite a bit of money for him, but he was great on the Bucks. He was great on the Lions, and he's not even our number one corner. So very happy with Carlton Davis. That's great. Here's the thing. Last season, everything sucked. We had a terrible defense, but Drake May could not get any time to throw the ball whatsoever. So we did do one thing. We brought in Morgan Moses, tackle from the Jets, been around forever. His name is Moses. That's kind of cool, but okay, pass protection. That's phenomenal. So now for actual starters on the O-line, you've got Morgan Moses, you've got Cole Strange, you've got Owenihu, and did I say that name wrong? Owenihu. It's Owenihu, not Owenihu. So now for actual starters on the O-line, you've got Morgan Moses, you've got Owenihu, you've got Cole Strange, and we let go of our center at such a great time to let go of your center. So we do have 3 legitimate starters on the O-line, and that's not great as it currently stands, but there's a while until the season starts. We just need to grab a tackle, and hopefully we can find a center somewhere, whether it's through the draft, whether it's through free agency. Morgan Moses was a great signing, and then we completely stopped paying attention to the offensive side of the ball. I don't get it. So first, we were looking at DK Metcalf. We were all like, okay, DK Metcalf, he's coming to New England. It's a done deal, and there he goes to the Steelers. Devontae Adams was gone before there could even be rumors. And then you get kind of past those like top tier guys. Then you get to guys that used to be the best of the best, a little washed up. DeAndre Hopkins goes, Cooper Kupp. We're like, okay, this is 100% locked in. Continuing the tradition of receivers with much less melanin being in New England, and he goes up to Seattle and replaces the now missing DK Metcalf. So now that's gone, and we are watching daily as receivers are just going away. There is no number one receiver for Drake May, and maybe we're planning on addressing that through the draft. I don't know if the plan is Tet McMillan. Maybe we hope that Hunter is still there and play him as a receiver. I would be okay with that. Then he comes down in some dime packages, maybe on third down, whatever it is, if he wants to play both ways. But as it stands, the outlook for receiver is not great. We got Matt Collins, which is there. He's better than what we had, I guess. But we got Matt Collins, so now there's a dude with no shoes on, just kind of walking around making Gillette Stadium gross. But he's a big body receiver. He's a good red zone target for Drake May. I don't understand the plan on the offensive side of the ball. After getting Matt Collins, we got Epps at safety from the Raiders, and we've built a pretty solid defense of B-tier guys, but a pretty solid defense, and we did not address the offense whatsoever. We re-signed Austin Hooper, so there's that. We've re-signed Austin Hooper. But guys, I gotta tell you, I have in front of me the signings, the movement for the year. It's not so great the first week. I, again, don't want to be pessimistic. We have made more moves than anybody in free agency, and it's very exciting to see us actually trying again. And I understand that now is the time to spend money, but I can't help but feel like we're maybe doing it in the wrong places. The offensive weapon is probably going to have to come through the draft. And I hope that it's Hunter. I see a lot of N'Keal Harry flashbacks when it comes to Tet McMillan. Just get a weapon. Please, 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 please don't let it be Will Campbell. Don't just don't make a Belichick move. Please just don't make a Belichick move. If you look at every receiver that we have drafted after N'Keal Harry, it is so goddamn depressing. We missed out on so much good talent, and that is just what I want to avoid for Drake May. Towards the end of last season, it looked like Kayshon Boutte might be the guy. I love that because after I break down Pat's games, while I stream and commentate on Pat's games, I get to say that he's targeting Boutte, and that is super fun for me. But we should probably focus on production on the field. But anyway, guys, got myself a little more calmed down at this point. I want to go out there, say we're back, touch on all the free agents. I actually personally stopped by Gillette. I looked everywhere for a receiver. I couldn't find anybody. I tried to get onto the field. They locked the doors. Milton Williams, I hope that that was a breakout season, and I hope that he can be the center of our new defense. I kind of feel like he's that friend that just kind of shows up to parties without anything and just drains the entire budget and brings everybody down. But that could just be me being a pessimist. He could be the next guy. I think the grouping of what we have for our defensive front will allow him to perform at the top level. But I don't think that the ceiling for him is $26 million a year. Hey, I'm not going to complain about a guy getting paid, though. Even though I just spent like 10 minutes about a guy getting paid and complaining, I'm not going to do that again in a couple days. Come back and watch a video in a couple days. Guys, this next week of free agency, what I want to see is a receiver. We still have Amari Cooper out there. Tyler Lockett was cut from the Seahawks. I almost called them the Seagulls. Whatever. They're making weird moves. They have Sam Darnold now. That's the whole thing. There was talk about Jacoby Myers and a trade happening there. We do have that relationship with the Raiders, but I don't think they're in any position to give up Jacoby Myers, although that would be a great reunion. We just need anybody. I would love to see us target a veteran like an Amari Cooper, a Keenan Allen, a Tyler Lockett. There were talks also about a trade for DJ Moore. I don't think that we can afford to give away what he would cost, but it's worth looking into. I know that everyone wants to just pick up the free agents because you don't want to give up the draft capital or the players or whatever it is, but getting a reliable number one target for Drake May is how we're going to figure out if he's the guy. I think he's the guy. And watch me be wrong. Watch Drake May be a bust and watch Milton Williams have a Hall of Fame career. Really hope that doesn't happen. Really don't think that's going to happen, but it could happen. Could be totally off base here. That's why I am here and Mike Vrabel's out there. Speaking of me being here and being much less successful, I would love for you to subscribe to these videos so that you can watch this, watch my bad takes, and throw them back in my face when you come back and watch, like, and share another video. Guys, let's go Pats, and let's see how free agency shakes out. We're going to have a video a week of free agency up until the draft. Very, very grateful for the influx of new subscribers from one Tom Grossi out there doing amazing freaking fracking work. And let's go Pats. Let's see what we do. And I will catch you on the weekends. I will catch you every week leading up to the draft. Good to be back. See you soon.